The hunger of the wolves. The villagers of Black Hollow knew one rule: never go into the forest after dark. Because when the sun set, the howls began. Low at first, barely a whisper on the wind, then louder, closer. And those who heard them knew the wolves were hunting again. James Holloway arrived in Black Hollow just before sunset. He was a journalist sent to investigate the town's disappearances. 6 people in the last 2 months. The locals claimed wolves were to blame, but James had seen the reports. No bodies, no blood, just vanished as if swallowed by the earth. Stepping out of his car, he felt watched. The villagers stood at their doors, staring, their faces pale and hollow-eyed. An old man approached him. "You shouldn't be here," he rasped. James frowned. "I'm here for answers." The old man shook his head. "There are no answers, only the wolves." James smirked. "Wolves don't make people disappear." The old man's expression darkened. "These do." James stayed in the village's only inn, a rotting wooden structure that smelled of damp and mildew. At midnight he heard it. Wow. Wrong. He went to the window. The village was silent. The forest beyond the houses was pitch black, the trees barely visible in the moonlight. Then movement, a shadow in the trees. Tall. Too tall for a wolf. James squinted, heart pounding. Then the shadow moved, too fast, too smooth, and was gone. A chill crept down his spine. Something was out there, and it was watching him. The next morning, James met Hannah, a local woman whose brother had vanished 2 weeks ago. "He went into the forest," she whispered. "I told him not to." James took out his notepad. "Tell me what you know." She hesitated. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, she said, "They aren't wolves." James frowned. "Then what are they?" Hannah swallowed hard. "They were men. Once." James felt a chill. She pulled out something wrapped in cloth. Unfolding it, she revealed a jawbone. But it was wrong. The teeth were too long, too sharp, somewhere between human and beast. "They change," she said, "when the hunger takes them." James shuddered. "And what happens to the people they take?" She hesitated. Then softly she whispered, "They eat them." That night James waited. The wind howled through the trees. The village was silent, too silent. Then he saw him, a man standing in the street, barefoot, shirtless, shaking. James stepped outside. "Are you okay?" The man lifted his head. His eyes glowed yellow. His mouth twisted into a grin too wide for his face. Then his bones cracked. His spine stretched. His skin tore. James staggered back as the man's body snapped, twisted. His fingers lengthening into claws, his teeth growing into fangs. The thing that had been a man laughed. Then it howled. And the forest answered. James ran. From the trees they emerged. Dozens of them. Not wolves. Not men. Something in between. Their jaws hung open, rows of jagged teeth glistening. Their eyes burned with hunger. James bolted for the inn, slamming the door behind him. But the wolves did not stop. They didn't scratch. Didn't snarl. They laughed. Low, guttural, human sounds twisted into something else. Then the door splintered, and they came for him. James awoke in the forest. His clothes were gone. His skin felt hot, burning from the inside out. The shadows around him moved. A figure stepped forward. Hannah. But her eyes weren't human anymore. Her mouth curled into a sharp-toothed grin. "You stayed too long," she whispered. James tried to speak, but his jaw locked. His bones ached. His hands shook. His fingernails split. And beneath them claws. Hannah knelt beside him, stroking his face. "The hunger will come," she whispered. And in the distance the wolves howled. This time James understood them. And he howled too. Black Hollow still stands. The disappearances continue. And when the moon is full, the howls return. Because the wolves are always hungry. And they are always hunting.